Every successful app hits a wall. The features that took a day now take a week. The code that flew now sizes up. That wall is not about talent, it's about architecture. Let's map how mobile app actually scales. Here is the wall up close. One change breaks 3 screens. Every feature fights the last one. Build slow to crawl. Onboarding a div takes week. The code's always the same shape. A monolith of everything. Tight coupling, no clear boundaries, no contract between the parts. It works great at 10 screens and strangles you at the 100. So here's the game plan. 3 things that hold under change. Structure, patterns, and boundaries that survive new features. Shared contracts, token, repos, and interfaces the whole team agrees on. And performance, treating build time and speed as a feature, not as an afterthought. We will take each one. Think of architecture like a road network. A dirt path is fine for one house, but a city needs a planned road, lanes, intersections, rules, or it gridlocks. Good architecture is a road network. It's a more work up front, and it's the only thing that lets you keep adding traffic forever without everything jamming. First principle. Patterns are tools, not the trophies. A big company uses a fiber, so we must too. That's a cargo culting. Don't copy a pattern. Fit it to the job. The only question that matters is, what does this part of the app actually need? A mental model, not a mandate. The right pattern for a setting screen is not the right pattern for a real-time feed. And patterns live on a spectrum. On one end, simple, fast to write, cobbles quickly. Great for small surfaces. On the other hand, maximum separation, heavy lots of boilerplate. Worth it for a complex ones. MVVM and MVI sit in the useful middle. One way, predictable without the ceremony. Pick where on the spectrum a feature belongs. Don't put everything at one extreme. The pattern that scale best. Unidirectional data flow. The user acts, state updates, the UI renders that state. One way around the loop. Always pure state in the middle. No screen quietly mutating other screens' data. When data only flows one direction, bugs have one place to live. And a new dev cannot trace any behavior in the single pass. Next, code organization. Monorepo versus Polyrepo. One repo for everything or many. There is no universal winner. It flows your team topology. A small team moves fastest in a monorepo. One place, atomic changes. Many independent teams often want Polyrepo boundaries. Match the repo structure to how your teams actually work, not to the blog post. Now, the system layer that keeps growing app coherent. Design tokens, not hard-coded colors and padding scattered everywhere, named tokens. Color.brand, space.md, radius.lg, type.body, referenced everywhere. Change the token, change the whole app consistently. It's the difference between a rebrand that takes an afternoon and one takes a quarter. Performance, and this is a broader than frame rate. Speed is a feature. That means runtime speed on Swift UI and Jetpack Compose, yes, but also build time because a slow build tax is paid by every engineer on every change. Set a baseline, then treat regression in either as a bugs. Architecture that is fast to build in is architecture that scales the team, not just the app. Which brings us to the architecture that's mindset. A junior asks, does this feature work? An architecture asks, I'm building the platform for the future. Any one feature is just a train car. The job is the track it runs on, the structure that lets the next 100 cars couple on cleanly. Build the platform, and features get easy. Follow for more.